warm welcome to Dawai Kudroen, and I'm Sonam again. Tonight's guest is Mr. Namgyal Lhendup, who is the CEO of Royal Insurance Corporation of Bhutan Limited. Thank you very much for joining us. So, ever since you have joined RICB, it has grown from strength to strength, especially annual growth rates. It's really impressive. In 2013 figure shows about 5 times more than the 2007. What did it exactly take for you to have this growth?
Thank you, Sonam,
Yes.
for inviting me here. I think basically this is a combined effort of all my colleagues
Yes.
in RICB. Ever since I joined, I think over the years we developed a good team. Firstly, secondly, I think the business that we are in, we have a range of business, life, non-life, then the little bit of investment, and we have also managed to diversify some of these. Like over the years, we have come up with even like other products, many products we came up with in all these business line. Besides that, we also came up with some health insurance. Then we have revised the rural house insurance, and we also did come up with the pension, we call life annuity, for the people who are not covered under the national pension scheme, especially private sector, and many corporate employees are not covered under that pension scheme. So we have last year we came up with that, and those diversifications, and we also been more aggressive in doing the reinsurance. Inward reinsurance from our partners from outside. All this, I think, combined effort has managed to make us grow. Because last few years there have been also a good economic growth in the country. GDP was growing almost on the average of 8.5 like that. So we were also retaining on, managing that much growth annually. And then of course even this year 2013, in spite of a lot of other problems in the economy, I think we managed to grow well because of the very fact that we managed to diversify most of these activities.
Yes. You said it's a teamwork and it's you have equal contributions from almost all the staffs in RICBL. But also, what we understand is that it takes a dynamic leadership to have this kind of developments, and then your people, staffs in RICBL attribute this to you as well for being a dynamic and very enthusiastic leader. Do you take that?
I think I would say that it is two-way traffic.
Yes.
I think maybe, of course, I must say that I have been a person who who has never tried to be assertive, or not only assertive but also not being demanding too much, but at the same time very subtle, and I have been very, very what you call receptive, and I have over the years I managed to use the expertise that was available, and also managed to build this teamwork and the professionalism in RICB. If you look at some of the now our employees' CVs now, when I joined there were hardly any engineers. Today we have around 30-40 engineers. Over the years we have been bringing a lot of engineers, and we have also a lot of people who have gone for masters, and most of our employees now are graduate level, and of course and we have managed to also recruit many in the VTI, then the diplomas, all technical people, because the insurance is such a business that it needs a lot of technicalities, and it is a logical thing, a lot of statistics, a lot of analytical capacity, and those things are important. So I think over the years we managed to build that team, and I think that has been able to propel our growth. I think their contribution, once we have this expertise, it is quite easy to happen. Things happen like that.
All right.
So these are some of the key ingredients why I think we managed to retain this growth and keep growing.
And one of the impressive changes that you brought in RICBL is that you removed some of the redundant employees down there by introducing compulsory and voluntary retirement schemes. Was it difficult to introduce that?
It was. I think it was. I think 2007 and 8 up to 9 was quite difficult period for me and my team in RICB.
Yes.
But nevertheless, I think we have been very fortunate so many ways, because the people who left the RICB, they were also all concerned about the company welfare, and they listened to us, and then we were able to work out this quite well. I think we had this so-called smooth transition, where we want to ensure that the people who are leaving us also goes with a good, good benefit firstly for themselves, but also goodwill left with us. So that was one of the main intention, and on this I think our board has been very.
And how did you manage to do that? Like, do you have a goodwill between the employee who leaves RICBL and those who are still?
Yes, it was a lot of effort, and I think we had to do a lot of hard working. I think hard work, because we have to literally convince these guys, and we have to talk to them, and they have been very receptive, and then convincing them was, I think, something which we have to do, and also appealing to them, basically not telling that you should do this, but I think making them understand the situation that we are in, because we feel that there are some of our colleagues then who are already, I think, reached such a stage, they have reached their maturity, and they have also, I think, they reached the comfort level also, whereby I think it really did not matter for them to work in RICB. Because it was much better for them to leave and take up other professional job, where I think they would earn much better, and they were much more in a better position, rather than sticking to RICB. So
and did it help the company, I mean, to progress further?
Yes, I think it did. Firstly, we have been very fortunate that all these guys have not made an issue, and they have been very, very understanding, and they went very nicely, and we had a good smooth transition. Firstly, secondly, I think the good thing about it was that because of most of the people who left were left at a very senior level, most of them, and their pay was quite substantial. And with their pay, with one person leaving, we were able to recruit 2-3 guys, all 5 sometimes. And because of that, we were able to, I think, bring new, fresh blood into the system, and I think we are able to tune them as per our management style and management what we expect them to deliver.
Should we have similar systems in place in elsewhere also? I mean, in the civil service, in other institutions as well.
I think it is advisable to do this, but I think it all depends how, because ours is a corporate where we have to be very clear. If you are productive, you have to be. If you are not productive, I think it's no use hanging around. And it's better to have this unproductive removed rather than keeping them and then hampering the whole atmosphere, the whole the company.
So either you hire or you fire.
Yes, that's the advantage we have, and our board has been very forthcoming, and they have been very supportive. Whereas in others now, if you look at civil service, it's very difficult, because here everybody is, I think, we have this kidu, I think, and then everybody we have to think of their family and relatives, because when one guy leaves, there are a lot of chain of effects. Even in our case, sometimes we felt that those things are there. As a result, our VRS was very, very, I think, substantially good package. The package has been good, so that these guys, when they leave, they can start something. And they all have, most of them have started well, and some of them are very comfortable settled. So all these have to be there, because in the civil service, if you look at, they cannot afford firstly it is very difficult to give big package like that. Secondly, I think it is also, as I said, that difficult because they don't have the comfort line. Whereas our colleagues who are in RICB, because RICB was quite a thing, a dynamic institution, much ahead or so, and then they were doing much more than most of the other financial institutions in terms of line of business, and then they were also able to learn a lot of these things, and some of them are already established, their own business here and there. So that made it much easier for us.
One of the services that is supposed to really benefit people around the country is the rural insurance scheme. And previously, I don't know, in some conversation you have said that there's some revisions and some changes in it, but previously it really did not benefit the rural people as it was intended to.
Yes, on this I think it was a noble I think vision of the Port to Gelpola, His
Yes.
Majesty.
No.
I think during his reign, I think in 1979, 79, this scheme was started.
Yes.
Soon after RICBL was established. So I think that was such a noble scheme, whereby I think at that point when it was introduced, it was benefiting them because the money value was quite good. At that time, 1 lakh is quite a
money,
big
yes.
of sum.
Yes.
But over the years now, you go to 2010, that some amount is not much, no? Because first there were only two categories in that,
Yes.
class 1 and class 2. Class 1, if there is a damage to the house, they get 1 lakh. Class 2, they will get about 40,000. Their premiums are also for the 1 lakh unit term, they pay 150,
Yes.
and to get the 40,000, they have to pay 60 unit term per year. And it was premium also very small, but at the same time the money was also, over years the money value was going down. And then of course the other problem was that the way we were paying out,
Yes.
because
There was corruption.
that was a scheme where the government was fully
Involved.
responsible
Almost.
for paying. No,
Less.
the premium they collected was around 7 million a year,
Less.
and then the normal time also it was 30-40 million was paid out as compensation, no, annually.
Nice.
And all the time government was, I think, running loss.
Nice.
We did a study of 10-15 years.
And most of the time, all this money not necessarily went to the people. It does.
The payment was such a cumbersome that firstly, when there's a problem,
Yes.
when there's a claim, catastrophe, the Zongkok staff, the RICB staff, wherever they used to go and do the inspection.
Yes.
After the inspection, they send the report.
Yes.
Firstly to the Zongkok reports to us, and then we assess. And then by the time money reaches, it almost sometimes 6 months to 1 year it was taking, and people were getting frustrated a lot of because the money was not coming when it was required. So all these problems, and as a result, the last government, the VT, have asked us to come out, look at a revision of it. So we gave a proposal to the government, and we now the current one is we have 4 categories, class 1, 2, 3, 4, and those who are under class 1, they will get a compensation of 300,000, 2 lakhs. Then class 2, 2 lakhs. Then class 3, they will get 1,50,000, and then last one they get 6,000. And then likewise premium also split accordingly. So the maximum premium they have to pay is 1,000 something, where I think the 250 both class 1 and 2 are being paid by the government as a subsidy upfront. And then class 3 and 4, 150 and 60,000 government pays, and the rest of the thing the beneficiaries they pay themselves. So all those things were worked out, and now the first time that big playout was being I think incurred on RICB is that recently we have around 13 Zongkoks were affected. The windstorm that struck mainly Ha and Paro. I think total we are anticipating around 20 million payout now. 20 plus some past.
And you have paid almost all the affected?
We have, as of today, I think we have paid almost all, except there are some certain few cases where there was some controversy, ambiguity whether they have paid or not. We have decided, and some pending issues on 56 or households or something. That needs to be further verified.
So in this new system of rural insurance scheme, there is no place for corruption, there is no place for other lapses that we had earlier?
We have tried our best to, I think, reduce these and bring a lot of efficiency in it. Because there were, the earlier one, there were a lot of inefficiencies, and then there was a lot of misuse of fund. Some of the fund never reaches the people. So if they have reached some of them, they got half or a little bit, some few percentage of that. And because right from RICB down to the GEOC level, there have been so many cases like that. And now what we do is, the moment there is a case, a disaster, RICB, we have also our offices established in all 20 Zongkoks, and they'll go and visit the houses, and they will, in consultation with the house owner and our people, they will already assess, and they will say that this much amount you are going to get, and that will be paid within 14 days
Yes.
of
Yes.
the since the time we inspect.
Yes.
So this is we are trying to adhere to, and this is a commitment we have made to the government.
Yes. Mr. Namgyal, you are not only good in sports. I mean, especially I came to know that you are a very good basketball player, and you also led many teams when you were studying. You are also a very a learned man with many expertise, and you have done a lot of works on poverty assessments in the country. Now, as the CEO of the insurance company in the country, how do you relate this poverty and your insurance schemes to help these situations?
I think there is a lot of relevance, I would say. I think the RICB is basically an institution which is established in the 1970s under the charter of His Majesty the Fourth King. And from the day one, I think the RICB was given license to do life insurance, non-life, even the banking, CID we call it, except we don't take deposit. And then the pension, national pension, and then a lot of other activities were given to RICB. And real estate and all those. So with those mandate, I think all along we were the first one to even give the loan to in the country, even before BOB, no, Bhutan, Bank of Bhutan. Then over the years, what we have done is we have grown and we have further diversified some of the products. And today, I think we are, very much an institution where we can be a agent of development and poverty elevation. Because in Bhutan, they say that one of the best thing of Bhutan is that we are very, very social oriented and what you call the welfare. And it's more than the social security. I think that's where I think RICB comes in. We with the life insurance products, individual, they will get the life insurance. And as a result, their family, the problems gets elevated. I think. Because of some of these products which we sell, and with our increasing outreach into all the corners of Bhutan. Today we have around 26 centers, and with those I think we are able to reach out to these people and sell our products. And if you look at our life insurance figure, in 2007 we are around 2,000 life insurance holders. Today we have around almost 57,000 life insurance policy holders. So over the years we have really jumped, and we feel that this is something where we want to reach out, and this is where it will make change in the people's well-being. More than social security, including the well-being through some of the saving schemes we introduced with the life insurance.
And what about your credit facilities? Do you have plans to take your credit facilities to the rural Bhutan?
Yes, I think over the years, I think earlier, all the banks, in fact, were confined more to Pheonsuling, Thimphu, and Paro at the most. These are the places where they give some loans to do constructions and all those. But now, if you look at BDBL is there, BNB, BOB, then RICB, we have almost in all the Zongkoks now we have reached. And I think as a result, the loan spread, if you look at, it's much more than earlier. And it's improving. And with our branches, so I think once we are there, I think the people automatically come and take the loans. And as a result, I think this is also trickling down to the Gyok and the villages like Chivoks.
And will they get substantial amount of loan? I mean, they might demand more, and then the mortgage or the collateral they have wouldn't be really equivalent to what they actually wanted. And how do you actually plan to view all these issues?
Those are, I think, the people, especially the constructions are done mainly where there is a possibilities, like in the town, where there is a possibility of
rural areas where people want to use this money in agricultural development.
In those aspects, I think it all depends on what they want to buy. Now, agriculture, you look at a poultry farm or dairy farm, these ones are, I think, we are willingly giving. And our central bank, RMA, is also emphasizing us that we should now give certain percentage of our loan portfolio to the agriculture sector. And they have also, we have been given certain facilities to if you lend to agriculture sector, we have certain benefit out of that. That's where the RMS emphasizes now. And we are all willing to do this. And last few years, I think we have seen that the poultry business is booming. And today we have self-sufficiency in eggs at least. No? And we expect next 2-3 years time, our dairy farming, there will be a lot of people taking that. And also the vegetable growing. I think vegetables also we feel that there is a lot of scope where we can invest, and then I think get benefit out of that. And at least if we can do vegetable self-sufficiency during the winter months, I think it will make a lot of difference, where I think the rupee deficit that we are suffering will be also offset and can be improved.
Nice. So should I understand that now the financial institutions, I mean especially RICB, since you are here, would be taking its credit facilities to its rural Bhutan comparatively more, from now on?
Yes. Primarily, I think there is a separate bank. RICBL is, I think, doing the agriculture. They are already into it. But besides that, now the central bank has told us that all banks must also reach out to that, and we are all ready to do that. And secondly, I think the BIOC, I think the Business Information Center, which is under Trade Ministry, under the special the economic stimulus plan. I think they are going to also come up with that package, and I think we expect that they will also go into that. And these two combination of existing financial institutions and their combined effort will, I think, make a difference, we feel.
And one of the issues that farmers face back in villages is their conflict with wild animal, and they desperately need crop insurance and cattle insurance. And I believe RICBL right now is not really comfortable about doing such business.
On the cattle insurance, we already have the Jersey cows where they take loans and we do the insurance. But on this, our claim ratio is very high. We are making loss all the time. Because of the lot of factors, because these cattle are brought without any acclimatization, and as a result they die as soon as they reach the cold places. So all these difficulties, because of that, the combined ratio is very poor. But nevertheless, we continue to give that. But it has to be in a larger scale, we feel, and then we will be able to sustain and we'll give better insurance cover to them. Then other thing on the crop insurance, I think earlier government also has emphasized many times to come up. We had a lot of discussions with the Agriculture, Finance and Home Ministry, but we couldn't materialize. But again, the current government has already established a team, the committee, and RICB is also ready, and we are going to come with a scheme very soon.
So it's going to happen.
Crop insurance,
It's going to happen.
It will happen, but I think we have to see it, because again, as I said earlier, it is very difficult to do this because our farm sizes are very small. And as a result, there will be more of the moral hazards, because I think people just now they're religiously guarding their crops, but once we have this insurance, if you are not careful, they will just they will just leave it, and then wild animals will destroy it, and then they will make a claims. So these are some of the factors we have to be very careful, because it may be just better to give some whenever there is some major problems there. The government may compensate, but we are looking at those alternatives.
I mean, it's been about more than 2 years since the talk on insuring crops and cattle have begun, and if this is, I mean, it's still in the process of talking.
Yes.
I mean, how soon it's going to happen?
It all depends on the governments now, how they want it. Because if you look at India, where of course the farm sizes are much larger, it's plantations and all those, which is viable to the insurance. But ours is comparatively small. But in India, what they have is they have a agriculture insurance of India is government owned. Everything is government. Everything is taken by government, and government fully subsidizes. But in our case, we are ready to do it, but government have to do some subsidization, like we did with the rural house. If the government is willing to chip in a certain percentage as a support to these farmers, then then it may become a little viable. Because purely on the premiums that people are going to pay is going to be difficult, because people are not going to be able to pay these premiums. Because it's going to be high, no? Because firstly volume is not there.
Yes.
Secondly, these wild crops are abundant and
Yes.
they are really destroying everywhere. And I think it is every year there will be a lot more payment than what we receive.
Yes.
It's not going to be.
So
that.
the ball is in the court of the government right now.
Yes, we will have a team comprising government and RICBL officials, and they will. Earlier also they traveled to India to look at the Indian insurance crop insurance scheme, and then they came back, and then there were some technical problems, and that's how it was just left there. But now we hope that it will pick up again.
Yes. Thank you very much, Mr. Namgyal Lhendup, for your time with us, and thank you very much for watching the show.